Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. And thank you for being here with us for Lung Cancer Canada's Evening of Hope. My name is Laura Floyd, and it's my honor to be asked by Lung Cancer Canada to once again be your MC for this special event. And it's truly a privilege to welcome each of you, whether you're joining in person from one of our host cities or turning in virtually from across the country. So, as is tradition, to start things off in a good way, we're going to begin with a land acknowledgement. Lung Cancer Canada acknowledges that its work and efforts take place on the traditional lands of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples. These lands are now home to diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis communities. The acknowledgement is an important reminder that our commitment to lung health must reach all Canadians, including Indigenous communities, who continue to face significant disparities in access to care and health outcomes. So, the evening, or the afternoon of hope, as we call it out in the West, is a special event that brings the lung cancer community in Canada together for a unique reason: celebration. All of us here, patients, people with lived experience, loved ones and caregivers, healthcare professionals and policymakers, we all have our own story, our own reason for being here. And in the 5 years since my own diagnosis, I've often felt like conversations around lung cancer can so easily focus on the worst parts of these stories: the loss, the pain, the discouragement. And that makes it so important for us to be able to come together around the best parts: the courage, the care, and the commitment that every member brings to our community. This is what drives improvements in the lives of those impacted by lung cancer. This is our greatest source of hope: each other. And again this year, we are joined by even more cities across Canada than ever before, another sign of the growing reach and impact of our community. Throughout the hour, we'll hear from the hosts in each of these cities, sharing their own stories of connection. There truly is so much to celebrate: the progress we've made, the solidarity we've shown with one another, the memories and the many contributions of the members that we've lost. So once again, thank you all for being part of this celebration. And it wouldn't be possible without some generous sponsors who've made this event: AstraZeneca Canada, Bristol Myers Squibb Canada, Janssen Canada, Merck Canada, Pfizer Canada, and Daiichi Sankyo Canada. Thank you for your partnership in the mission to strengthen the lung cancer community and improve care across Canada. In addition to hearing from our hosts and special guest speakers, there are also a few surprises to keep things exciting this year. Many of you have already bid on the Lung Cancer Awareness Month auction, which you can find at www.32auctions.com/Evening of Hope 2025. We will be closing that out partway through the program with a special live segment, so get ready. This year, we also have our interactive trivia game once again, and the event coordinator, MJ, will guide us all on how to participate in that. And finally, there will be the unveiling of the art project that our in-person participants have been working on, and maybe are still working on. All right, it's time to get things started. Let's hear from some of our host cities, starting out west.
I am on a mission. I'm on a mission to increase awareness and support for lung cancer. These are remarkable times. I think we're at a tipping point for lung cancer. The number of new treatments that are emerging for late-stage cancer, and the fact that we have screening for early-stage lung cancer programs spreading across the country, where we can find lung cancer early. 80% of early-stage lung cancer is curable. So there's so much to be excited and hopeful about, and I just hope that by bringing the members of our community together, we can hold each other up and let's make some noise. Over to you, Emmy.
What I'm most excited about for Evening of Hope is the chance to connect with my lung cancer family here in Calgary. Such an amazing group of people, and I'm hoping that we'll be joined by even some new people this year. This special time to connect really means a lot to me. I'd now like to introduce our host from Edmonton, Tim Wands.
Welcome to 2025's Evening of Hope with Lung Cancer Canada. Excited to be part of this event as each year it gives us as lung cancer patients, survivors, family, friends, hope. And hope is key to our survival. And this is a wonderful way to celebrate survivorship and to come together as a lung cancer community and beyond to know that there is hope. And that's really why I'm part of this event. This event creates a connection that we need among lung cancer patients and their families across Canada. And I thank Lung Cancer Canada for doing this. Let's go back to our host, Laura.
Thanks, Tim and Emmy and Jan, for all of the work you've done to make these in-person events possible. And hopefully they're growing just as fast there as when we hear from our eastern cities later on. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our first speaker, a friend to many in this community and certainly an ally to us all. She is a highly respected medical oncologist and researcher with experience in the US and Canada. She's a longtime member of Lung Cancer Canada's Medical Advisory Committee. And in July, she took on the mantle of President of Lung Cancer Canada, Dr. Rosalind Jurgens.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Rosalind Jurgens, President of Lung Cancer Canada and a medical oncologist at the Juravinski Cancer Centre in Hamilton, Ontario. Tonight, across cities and screens from coast to coast, we gather for one purpose: to honor every story, lift every voice, and light the way. To those living with lung cancer, to survivors, caregivers, clinicians, researchers, advocates, and friends, thank you for being here. Your presence is a reminder that hope is not abstract. It's something we build together, one act of care, one conversation, one step at a time. This night means many things. It's a celebration of strength, it's a circle of support, and yes, it's a moment of remembrance. Before we go further, I'd like to hold a brief moment of silence for people we love and miss, those whose lives continue to guide our work and whose courage continues to inspire us. Thank you. Lung Cancer Canada is the only national charity in this country dedicated exclusively to lung cancer. That focus matters. It means your stories shape our actions. It means we fight for earlier detection, for timely and equitable access to biomarker testing and treatments, and for the supports that help people live fully during and after care. It means we work to end stigma, because anyone with lungs can get lung cancer. And we work to end the inequities that too often decide who is diagnosed early and who is treated on time. As a clinician, I see every week how delays and inequities steal time people can't spare. As president, I see how our community refuses to accept that. Together, we are shortening the path from test to treatment. We are amplifying lived experience in every forum that sets policy. We are pushing research from evidence to impact, and we're making sure no one walks this path alone. Tonight is also about connection. Connection is the thread that runs through everything we do, linking patients to peers, caregivers to community, and researchers to the real-world voices their work affects. It's the spark that turns diagnosis into dialogue and dialogue into progress. It's the connection between the newly diagnosed patient who finds reassurance in someone who's been there, and the nurse who helps translate fear into understanding. It's the partnership between the scientists and drug discovery and driving discovery, and the advocates making sure those discoveries reach people faster. None of this happens without partnership. To our sponsors, thank you for standing with us. To our volunteers and staff, your energy turns ideas into outcomes. To our medical advisory committee, your expertise ensures patients get the best care, not just the best intentions. And to our patient and caregiver leaders, your courage keeps urgency exactly where it belongs. Hope is not passive. Hope can be a plan. Ours is clear. We want to find lung cancer earlier through awareness and screening. We want to move faster with diagnostics, especially biomarker testing, so precision medicine reaches patients on time. We are ensuring that treatments and clinical trials are accessible no matter your postal code, language, or income. We are trying to provide trusted information, navigation, and peer support that meet people where they are. And we want to keep the promise of research alive by pushing for solutions that change real lives in every community. If you're joining us for the first time and wondering, what can I do? Start small, but start now. Share your resources. Encourage someone at risk to talk to their doctor about screening. Join a support group. Write to your elected official about timely access to testing and treatment. And if you're able to make a gift, make a gift. Every action, every dollar, every voice moves us closer to a future where lung cancer is found earlier, treated faster, and lived with longer. As we look to the future, Lung Cancer Canada is also taking an important step inward, reflecting on who we are and where we need to go next. We've begun a national strategic planning process to chart our course for the next 5 years. We're listening to patients, caregivers, clinicians, researchers, funders, and partners, because our direction must be guided by the people who live and work in this space every day. The plan we build together will sharpen our focus, strengthen our partnerships, and ensure that every effort we make translates into tangible change for Canadians living with lung cancer. So, when we talk about hope as a plan, this is what we mean. Hope with a blueprint, hope with accountability, hope that acts. In a moment, we'll begin the program. Stories, music, reflection, and light. As we do, I invite you to look around at your table, at your screen, your city, and feel the strength of the people beside you. The road ahead is long, but we're traveling it together. And together, we are changing what's possible. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your compassion and your determination. And most of all, thank you for your hope, the kind that rolls up its sleeves. So let's begin.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jurgens, for those words. I know I'm not the only person who was very moved by that. Something where I take a lot of hope is seeing the caliber of people who have stepped up to be leaders, who could have been medical oncologists in any field, who could have been researchers in any profession, and have chosen lung cancer as their passion, as their project, and the hope that comes with that is really meaningful. And I'm rolling up my sleeves right now, because it's so true that the connections between us, between the different people in this community, whatever your roles are, these are the things that make it happen. These are the things that drive it forward. So thank you for continuing to lead with compassion, and to lead with knowledge, and to lead with such care for your patients and all of the lung cancer community. We have time now to hear from another inspiring member of the lung cancer community, Vanessa Henderson. Vanessa is only 26 years old from Montreal and was diagnosed with stage 1 lung cancer in July 2024. Now she's turned that experience into purpose. She's currently pursuing her master's in counseling psychology so she can one day give back to the adolescent and young adult cancer community that has inspired her own cancer journey. Here's another special message for us from Vanessa Henderson.
Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa. I'm joining you from Montreal, Quebec, and I wanted to start off by saying thank you so much to Lung Cancer Canada for allowing me to share my story during the Evening of Hope. Cancer can feel incredibly isolating, and if I can help one other person feel less alone, then I would be honored. The moment that changed everything for me was when I had COVID back in December 2020. I was experiencing respiratory symptoms such as shortness of breath and high heart rate. And after 2 weeks, my parents and I decided that it was time for me to go to the hospital as I wasn't experiencing any relief from what we thought were COVID symptoms. At the hospital, they checked for a blood clot in my lungs. I didn't have one, and they sent me home and categorized my symptoms as long COVID. They said they should go away within a few weeks to months. Time went by, they were easing up, but not back to my normal baseline, and I felt like I couldn't get a full deep breath in. 3 months later, so now this is April 2021, I received a letter in the mail saying that there was an incidental finding of a nodule in my right lung. At the time, it was relatively small, around 5 millimeters, and I was referred to a respirologist. For the next year and a half, we were monitoring the size through CT scans. The scans showed a continuous but slow growth. So in November 2022, my doctor recommended a PET scan. This was the first time that the words tumor and cancer came into the equation. So the PET scan results showed the nodule in my lung had grown and it did light up, but they also found a tumor in my skull, so a skull-based tumor. So we decided to focus on the tumor in my head first. I had an endoscopic neurosurgery in the summer of 2023, so they were able to go through my nose to biopsy the tumor, and the results showed that this tumor was benign. So once we got the results for that, we moved back to my lung. Once I was healed from my neurosurgery, my doctor recommended a biopsy for my lung tumor. And 1 month later, I got results that my tumor was malignant. Hearing those words felt incredibly terrifying. At this point in time, we didn't know the stage, we didn't know the prognosis. I had no idea what came next for me. And that same week, I met with a thoracic surgeon and I had my first pre-op. In September 2024, I had my surgery, which was a lower lobe lobectomy, where they removed approximately 45% of my right lung. Once I received my official pathology results, my official diagnosis is stage 1. My recovery has not been the easiest, but having my loved ones, my family, my boyfriend, my friends by my side has made this process manageable. At the moment, I'm still living with a little bit of uncertainty due to some new findings in my scans. However, I do recognize my privilege in being diagnosed early. Um, and cancer has completely changed my perspective on life. Being able to wake up every day, eating meals with my family, going on adventures with my friends, going on dates with my boyfriend, continuing school. Like these things may seem so simple, but they are such privileges. I originally found out about Lung Cancer Canada because in June 2025, I felt comfortable enough to walk the Give a Breath 5K in Ottawa. After the amazing event, we were driving home and we felt so inspired. And so we reached out to an events coordinator, MJ, and to see if they would be open to bringing the event to Montreal. And as a result, my friend and I will be hosting Montreal's first ever Give a Breath 5K. We are so excited for this opportunity and hope to see some local community members there on June 6th, 2026. Using my experience, I'd like to raise awareness to anyone watching and the medical community as well to advocate for yourself in the healthcare system, lean on your loved ones, and collectively, let's advocate for risk assessments, earlier detection, and faster access to proper care. Thank you so much for listening to my story. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Vanessa, for sharing your story. You said at the outset, it is such an isolating feeling getting this diagnosis. And the more people who are brave enough to stand up and share what happened, the less we're all alone. So thank you so much. And it's truly inspiring to hear how you've taken what could have been a devastating experience and turned it into such a source of strength and support for others. Now we have time to hear from our remaining cities, our in-person events starting in Ontario.
As someone living with lung cancer, my goals are to raise awareness and to help build a strong community of those of us impacted by the disease. Evening of Hope is a meaningful event for those of us living with lung cancer. It's fun to be part of a cross-Canada event and interact with others impacted by the disease.
The reason I get involved is to try to help families like ours who are affected by lung cancer. Ce qui me réjouit le plus, c'est de revoir des visages familiers et cet esprit d'entraide au sein de notre communauté. What's bringing me the most joy is seeing familiar faces, and again, in the spirits of mutual support within our community.
I am excited to provide hope for a future, to make connections with my fellow Atlantic Canadians who are impacted by lung cancer. I am a part of this event to provide a voice for those who are no longer able to, that are impacted by lung cancer. Take it away, Laura.
Thanks so much to our hosts from Toronto, Montreal, and Halifax. It's so wonderful to see these events continuing to grow, and we really appreciate all of your efforts in making them happen because it's very rewarding, but it's a lot of work to do all of that. So hopefully everyone there is having as wonderful time as those of us virtually are managing to have as well. And now we're into the interactive portion of the evening. I'm going to be turning things over to our events coordinator extraordinaire, MJ, who's going to walk us through the various interactive parts of the evening's program. So over to you, MJ.
Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm on the screen. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you for the host. Thank you, Laura, for doing all of this. I tell you, doing a live virtual event is pretty nuts sometimes. Like right now, I'm just outside an arena. I don't know if there's going to be like a hockey team coming out and just passing by me. This may happen. I don't know. This is the beauty of live Zooming. So thank you so much, everyone. So we've got a few interactive activities. So we have a trivia game. So everyone take your phones out right now so you can prepare yourself. So there's going to be a QR code, or you can go on a website. I'm going to show you in a second, and you get to win some prizes. So it's just going to be 5 questions, and the top 5 people with the most points are going to win some Tim Hortons gift cards, so we can stay all nice and caffeinated. And then after that, I'm going to announce the early bird registration prize, and then we're going to do a little bit of a live-ish auction. So if you haven't put your bids in yet, please do so. You just need to go to 32auctions.com/evening of hope 2025. So the digits 2025. So if you want to put in those last little bids, this is your time to do it, because I will be calling it, and then we're going to basically be stopping the auction. But we will be focusing on the Air Canada bidding war that is happening at the moment right now. So please get your bids in right now. But for now, let me move. Oh, yes. And after that, we're going to unveil the in-person projects. I got everyone's pictures, and I'm very excited to do that. So, all right. Let's see if this does this. Okay, so this is your time. I'm just going to give you all a few seconds here. You can either go on the QR code here, just take it with your phone, and it's going to bring you straight to the interactive game. Or you can go to menti.com and then use the code that is on the top there, 63381851. Wow, we got 94 players, everyone. Ooh, yes, I love that. 95. Okay, okay. We're so getting to 100. We're at 97, 98, 99. Boom, 100. Oh my God. Ooh, it's just like popping up. Okay, I'm just going to get started. This is amazing. We have 103 players. Okay, so whatever you do, don't log off too soon. Okay, so I've got some colleagues here who are going to take your names down for the top 5. 103 players, everyone. This is very exciting. Answer quickly. Okay. One of LCC's flagship offerings is Airways of Hope. What type of professional provides the support in that program? Patient care coordinator, respiratory therapist, or registered oncology social worker? What kind of professional does LCC provide for some of our support programs? So all right, question. There you go. 1 second left. Boom. The right answer was a registered oncology social worker. It was tricky because it could have been any of them. Good job. Good job, everyone. Great guessing. Okay, let's check out our leaderboard. Amazing. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now. So I'm loving this. Got some that are really clear. If we have some nicknames in there, in our top 5, I'll mention it. I will need you to go maybe even to if you can go on the chat and just even send them to me directly, just because it's much easier. Or Lung Cancer Canada. Lung Cancer Canada, go on the chat and just put your name and your email so we can at least reach out to you. Okay. All right. 4 more questions. Woo. Woo. All correct answers give max points. Okay. The Lung Ambition Awards is a research initiative supported by Lung Cancer Canada. Name one of the correct key research areas of the awards. Is it enhancing early detection? Is it developing novel drug therapies? Or is it funding community outreach and prevention programs? This is for the Lung Ambition Awards, and that's a research initiative supported by Lung Cancer Canada. All right, 69 people got the right answer. Well done, everyone. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's see how it's doing. Card, you're up there. John Mark Polino, Michael P., Ashlyn, and Scott. Well done. Okay, we're going to move on to the next one. Dr. Juergens, you're so close at number 6. You're so close at number 6. All right. 98 players. Ready? Let's do this. All correct answers give max points. Dun, dun, dun. A Give a Breath Research Award is intended to support research in which phase of lung cancer therapy? Clinical research, translational and implementation research, or post first line therapy? 10 seconds left. This is the new research award that just started we launched it in 2024. 100 clinical post first line. I know. I have to tell you, all of these questions are almost trick questions. They're very tricky, very close. Well done, everyone. I am so impressed with how many people are joining. Whoa, Michael P., you jumped in there. Dell, Rachel Wang, Leslie, Leanna. Well done, everyone. Okay. We are good. I'm like hearing like a few cheers from the Halifax side. On the other side, I'm very excited. Maybe. Okay, 101 players. Ready, let's do this. Answer quickly to get more points. True or false? The research briefing of cancer biomarker testing, hosted by LCC, highlighted gaps in testing for non-small cell lung cancer. True or false? This one's quick. Yes. Yes. Well done, everyone. 91 true. Okay, I think this is the last question, but we're going to do leaderboard first. Boom. All right. Look at that. Michael P., Rachel Wang. Oh, Lex. I love it when it moves. Lexley S., Leanna Doran, and Katie. Awesome. Okay. Next slide, guys. 99 players are ready. The quicker you answer, the more points you get. In Lung Cancer Canada's Our Impact Statement, the organization lists several key strategies. Name one of them. funding research that helps make generic drugs more affordable, advocacy for improving access to screening, treatments, and policy change, or making educational resources. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Yes. Yes, everyone. I am so proud of you. Okay. I think this is the moment of truth. Let's see. Okay, Michael P, keeping it up, man, keeping it up. Rachel Wang, awesome. Lexi S, Katie, I think that's it. Michael P, Rachel Wang, Lexi S, Katie, and Stefan S. Awesome, congratulations, everyone. Michael P, you are the winner, the big winner. And so now we have an early in here at we got 2 in Halifax, that one. Sorry, got distracted. So we have an early bird winner for anyone who registered before November 9th got into a draw. And we have John Zianis from Toronto. You're going to get $100 gift card, and we will reach out to you to make arrangements for all of that. So congratulations. Yay. Awesome. And now we are going to go with the auction. I'm just going to flip here because I am going to be able to see names. There has been a little bit of a bidding war for a few items, so this is very exciting. Okay, so I'm going to give, let's see here, 5 minutes, okay? No, 4 minutes. I'm doing 4 minutes, okay? You have 4 minutes to do your bidding. I am putting an alarm and you shall hear it. Okay, so we are at $3,000 for our main item, which is 2 Air Canada tickets to anywhere around the world. This is so exciting, and you also get some luggage with it from courtesy of Lug. This is fantastic. Okay, so let's see who's got this. Jigang He is right now on a bidding war. He is the current winner. So let's see what happens, everyone. So 3.5 minutes. Let's see. Okay, so there's 19 bids, and we're getting at it. So it's at 3,000 right now, which is amazing. We're gonna keep it there for now, but I actually just gonna go check out other items here, but keep the screen on for now. Okay, so just to let you know, so far we have raised $4,164.96. This is amazing. Thank you so much. Please keep bidding. You have 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Let me see if I can just go through here just to see what we've got going on. So we have 330 for Bo Bichette signed baseball. We were so close to get the World Series. So, it's a hot ticket item right there. Someone is going to get the Eminence skincare. So we're at 190. Someone's bid $190 right now, which is an amazing deal. That stuff is amazing. It's great product. We have the Adidas limited edition 1979 top 10 high tops as size 6 men's going for 150. I currently have them, and they're beautiful. They're really beautiful. And then we've got here the PHPA gift pack with the backpack, and we've got a beautiful shirt and some hats for going for $75. We've got some 2 entries for AGO and 2 entries for the ROM if you're in Toronto. So that's going for $50 right now. And then we've got this beautiful artwork over here, vintage Jean Bales Native American print. And that's going for $65. I also have that right now. And it's beautiful. It's just been hanging out with me in my office. So that's an amazing deal right there. So let's go back. Where are we at right now with the Air Canada? We are down to one. Oh, it's going up. Okay, so far we have $4,429.96 raised. And this is the auction. This is fantastic, everyone. All of this is helping the lung cancer community. This is all going into our programs and everything that we can offer. I'm so proud of everyone. This is amazing. I'm going to just go back right now. 3,200 on the Air Canada tickets. Let's see who is on here. Paul Wheatley Price. 41 seconds, everyone. Okay, 39, 38. If you want to get these bids in, and we're getting close. This has been a very exciting bidding war. That's pretty cool. Let me just do a little refresh here. 27 seconds, 26, 25. I will only be announcing the Air Canada one. If you want to check out who won everything, you can go to 32auctions.com / Evening of Hope 2025. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I need to close. Sorry, this is my first time doing this. I am closing the auction right now. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to see the beautiful art pieces. So what we did is I gave everyone the same canvas and the same, roughly the same craft items. And I said, go for it. There are no rules. I just want you to decorate these lungs, these just black and white lungs, however you want. So we're just going to go through what everyone has done. So this is Edmonton. Absolutely beautiful. Every location has done its own flair, which is really great. So, and this is the idea, right? So everyone is working on the same project. We are all on the same path and we all have a little bit of differences here and there. But the point is that we are coloring our own lives and our own path, with the same items, and we are doing it as a community. So Edmonton, beautiful work, beautiful work. And then we've got Toronto over here. Awesome. Love it, love it. Lots of it's like enveloping the lung. I love it. I love it. I'm just gonna spend a couple of seconds on here. And then let's go to Halifax. We got real shiny with ours. We got real, it's so funny. I love Halifax. Like, I'm just like hearing them cheer themselves on. This is awesome. And we were joking that it was a competition, that we were going to win the poster, but it's not a competition. And this is Calgary. We love it. We love it. We've got like everyone's initials. It's so great. I love it. And then we're going to move on to Vancouver. Love it. Look at that. That's beautiful. I know that Vancouver also did I think they were doing some friendship bracelets also. So maybe at some point you're going to see some pictures of other crafts that they were doing as well. So it was very cool. And then Montreal, they said that I love this already. It's just so like beautiful. And they said that they were still working on it. So we're not actually seeing the end result, but I already love what they're going with and like the direction they're going. So please keep sending us updates and send us the finished product, Montreal, and we will make sure to add that. So I'm going to check in with Michelle. Michelle, if you can get on the video and just let us know if you were able to close the auction and if we have a winner. Maybe not.
Hi,
I don't know.
hi, MJ. We're just closing the auction now. We do have a winner.
Would you like to announce it? Let's announce it.
I can. The winner is Paul Wheatley Price.
Paul Wheatley Price. You'll have to let us know where you go and you'll have to send us some pictures. Awesome, everyone. Thank you so much. Michelle, what is the end total of our auction?
I'm not on that screen. Just a sec.
Oh, okay. And then Laura, it's going to go back to you. I'm just going to try and find out how much we raised with our auction. And I just want to remind everyone, this is the really cool thing about this event, is that you're only seeing a very small part of everyone who is connected to Evening of Hope. So we have all these tiny little pockets everywhere, but together we're just this like amazing like big group of people that are doing all this thing within like 4 different time zones. I love it so much. This is so great. And Michelle, what did we raise?
I do have a total. It is $4,939.96.
Yay! Thank you so much. This is fantastic. Thank you everyone for contributing. Laura, it is all you. You are back in the seat.
MJ, thank you so much for leading us through those fantastic activities. It's so fun. It's so fast paced. I did embarrassingly bad on the quiz, so congratulations to everybody who's actually good at those things. Well done. Well deserved your prize. I think I just get nervous when there's like the countdown and I just can't read anymore. If anyone else feels that way, maybe I'm not alone. I'd probably get my name wrong if they were like, which one of these is yours? I'd be like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So yeah, MJ, well done taking us through that interactive portion. Hopefully everyone had a fun time. The art looks amazing. Exactly what you said, MJ, the fact that we all have our own journeys, but we're against the same backdrop, and the things that we share and the things that are unique to us are really what makes this community so beautiful and so strong. And with that, we're towards the end of the event. So thank you again to everyone who made this evening possible, and to all of the attendees in person and virtual. Your presence, your support, and your stories are what make this event a true celebration of hope. Now, before we close, I want to mention a survey that you will be receiving in your post-event email. Lung Cancer Canada is looking for input on renaming this event. So some of you might know that the Evening of Hope was originally an in-person event. I think it was in Toronto. And so the name made a lot of sense because it was an evening of hope. But of course, with the pandemic and things going virtual, and now we have these coast-to-coast events, that same name no longer captures the true nature of what it is we're doing. So Lung Cancer Canada is going to be sending out a survey asking for people's input on how we can come up with a name that actually captures the nature of this event as it is now. And in addition to that, they will also be sharing a link to another survey to help Lung Cancer Canada shape its strategic plan, the roadmap for the next 5 years. It is so important to hear from all the different members of the community. So if you have time for that, please know that your input truly matters. And finally, I want to highlight some resources that are on the Lung Cancer Canada website. One of them is Your Comprehensive Guide to Lung Cancer, and that is designed to help people in the lung cancer community, whatever their role, navigate their individual journeys in the Canadian lung cancer landscape. And of course, there's the 2025 version of the Faces of Lung Cancer report, and that puts a spotlight on those who have lived lung cancer experience against a backdrop of the state of lung cancer treatments and access in Canada. So I think they're popping up there on your screen. Now, these are useful tools. They have really helpful information. It's also a great way to raise awareness. So please feel free to share it widely, even for people who might not be directly impacted. It's always a great thing to share, just so we can get the word out across Canada even more every year. And as a final word, I just want to encourage everyone to become familiar with the work that Lung Cancer Canada does. As Dr. Juergens said, this is the only charitable organization in Canada that is dedicated exclusively to lung cancer, the only one. And all of our perspectives, all of the members of the community, our perspectives are wanted and they're needed when it comes to changing policies, to expanding awareness, and improving access to screening and to treatment across the country. So if you're new to the organization, or if you've been around a while, it's a great thing to learn about and see what there is. And as I mentioned, there are going to be these surveys coming out that really get input from the community to help shape the next steps for Lung Cancer Canada. And that brings us to the end. So again, thank you all for being here, for being part of this incredible community, and for being one of the many reasons that we have to celebrate hope. And good night, good afternoon, whatever it may be. Once again, on behalf of Lung Cancer Canada, thank you so much.